What's up, everybody? Welcome to Among the Fence. My name is Aaron, and it is time for New Music Friday. Going to be taking a look at some of the new releases coming out throughout the week of October 4th. And as always, if I miss something that you're looking forward to, leave a comment below letting me know what it is, so me and everybody else can discover some new music. And also, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like. It helps out so much with YouTube's algorithm. It helps please the algorithmic gods of YouTube that dictate what it is that you're going to watch that day. It'll keep my videos popping up in your recommended section. And of course, if you want to help support me further than that, feel free to subscribe and ring the bell icon. That way you don't miss out on any of my future videos. But anyways, let's talk about some new music. Drug Church is releasing their new album titled Prude. Despite being around for over a decade, I have really never listened to this band outside of like one or two songs here and there. I went through discography and gave it a couple listens to some of their stuff. They started out sounding more punk, and then they started adding in more post and alt elements in their music, specifically into their newer stuff. The singles for this album, they sound great. Reminds me a lot of what Turnstile was doing with their last album, and I'm probably going to be doing a review on this one just because it has piqued my interest. We also get a new album from Undeath titled Dusputatious Malignancy, taking us back to old school death metal with a little bit of a modern twist to it. This band has been absolutely killing it since 2020. The mix is pretty raw, and there's a little bit of some black metal stuff thrown in there. Their sound basically hasn't changed much since they started. But I gotta say, this new record, based off of the singles, they do sound a little bit more unhinged, a little bit more chaotic in that sense. We also get a new single from Consvmer titled Seelenfrieden, which is German for peace of mind. It's really hard to classify this band into a genre. It's kind of like humanity's last breath, a little bit more genty, a little bit more progressive, not as heavy, if that makes sense at all. I don't know. You got to check this band out if you've never listened to them before. They were quite the experience. I feel like they're one of the more revolutionary bands around, at least that I've heard of in a very long time. We also get a new album from Blood Incantation titled Absolutes Elsewhere. This is another band that I feel like is really pushing the boundaries that's still fairly underground. It's really impossible to really guess what it is you're going to hear on a Blood Incantation song. The instrumentations are absolutely insane, and the Stargate singles that they've been releasing for this new album really, they dive further and further into intergalactic territories, and I absolutely love that. I love music that has to do with space and aliens and stuff like that, and I feel like this band is just weird enough to really get it right. We get a new EP from Sylosis titled The Path. I am super excited for this. If for nothing else, the riffs alone, this is one of my favorite riffage bands that I could really get into. Their last album left us wanting more, and every time they drop something new, I just have to go back and listen to Monolith, which is my favorite album from them. It's always a good time. So even if I don't like something they release, I still go back and listen to it. It makes for a good time. We get a new single from Like Moths to Flames titled Soul Exchange. This is a B-side off of their last album titled The Cycles of Trying to Cope. And with that said, I'm positive that this is going to sound good. I don't feel like this band really has the ability to release something bad. They just couldn't really find a place for it on this record, especially since this one is about the writing process. And just all that was going into writing a record and feeling like you're not really connecting with your audience. So in that sense, it kind of breaks the fourth wall. So I could kind of see how this wouldn't fit in there, but yeah, I expect it to be a banger. We also get a new single from Caliban titled Echoes. I gotta admit, I didn't really care all that much for their last album they released. I think it was titled Dystopia. So I'm really hoping that this one hits it for me. I feel like on that album, their songs kind of just started to sound like the same thing, and then after a while they started to sound like they were sounding like other bands after a while. I would just like to hear them do something a little bit more creative again, like their earlier stuff. I know, here I am shaking my fist at the sky hoping that a band releases something that's as good as what they were releasing over a decade ago. We get a new single from Tiny Moving Parts titled Before I Go. This is one of my favorite mathcore bands. They're so good. I love everything about this band, and I expect this to be super powerful in terms of music in lyrics. Musically, this band, I mean, it's mathcore. It kind of do the same thing. They're really wheedly do. They write the same kind of riffs. So they have the same kind of melodies. But at the same time, the lyrics just hit so freaking hard. They leave it all on the table. It's very emotional, but not in like an emo kind of way, more or less, and you just really feel it. You get a feeling of nostalgia when you listen to their music. We also get a new single from Coheed and Cambria titled Blindside Sonny. Even though I haven't really loved much of their stuff that they've been doing lately, I mean, obviously I love the band. My channel is named after one of their lyrics. I just hope that anything they release is going to be good. And I guess it just don't sound too original. And I want them to go back to that. They like basically cut out all the bridges in their last album. And to me, that's an issue because Claudio Sanchez is a genius when it comes to writing bridges. And he just, they just weren't there. I don't know why. I just want them to sound more like Coheed and Cambria. They put up a lot of effects on Claudio's vocals. You can't even really tell it's him anymore, which is, again, another huge selling point for Coheed and Cambria. I know it's reasons why people don't like the band, but for people who love the band, I mean, that's it right there. You want him to sound like Claudio. So, yeah, I could go on a rant for a long time on, again, well, I'm going to shake my fist at this guy at a band that isn't making stuff as good as their old stuff. But yeah, I hope this is going to be good. I'm going to give it a listen. I'm probably going to review this one as well. And that is it for New Music Friday. Like I said before, if there's anything that I missed that you guys are looking forward to, leave a comment below letting me know what it is. And also, again, if you enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a like. You have no idea how much that does for me and the YouTube algorithm. It goes so freaking far. And I just thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to even sit here and listen to me talk about music. Always trying to bring you the very best new stuff, new metal stuff that doesn't really seem to be too popular on YouTube. I don't really know of any other YouTubers that do like a new music kind of thing every single week. So yeah, it's a lot of fun doing it. Thank you guys so much for continually stopping by. For any new people, thank you for joining us today. And if you enjoy it, please subscribe and ring the bell icon. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your day or night, whenever you happen to be watching this. And I'll talk to you guys next time.